Hello guys, it's Furza here. I'm here with my sensei. And I'm just going to ask him some questions. Alright, what is Shotokan Karate and when did you start?
Shotokan Karate is basically a traditional form of karate that came from Okinawa. It's called, basically, it would be considered more a modern style, even though it's very old. It was created by Gichin Funakoshi, formed several different styles of karate together to form Shotokan Karate. And when did I start? I was 10 years old at the time. That was 37 years ago.
That's a lot of years. Alright, what got you into Shotokan Karate?
Well, it wasn't got me into Shotokan Karate because that just so happened to be the style that I started in. But as a kid, I always watched Bruce Lee movies and Chuck Norris movies, and Kung Fu Theater was on every Sunday, and I was always wanted to do that. And my mother would never let me because if you watch all those Kung Fu movies, the student would get hit with a stick, in the beginning until they learned how to do their technique, and then later on they were the hero of the movie. My mother wouldn't let me go because she was like, oh, they'll beat you with a stick. And then a friend of mine was going, and I was like, Mom, Mikey's going, can I go? She was like, well, if he's going, I guess you could go. A week later, Mikey quit going, and I kept going. Mikey quit because we got hit with a stick for doing things wrong. But I kind of expected it to happen because I've been watching Kung Fu Theater movies and stuff like that for years beforehand.
Alright, if you didn't do karate, what would you have been? What would you be doing?
Jeez, I don't know. I had someone tell me before that I would have made a good teacher or a psychologist, and I kind of think I'm doing both now.
Yes.
So I don't know. I probably somehow, I don't know what else I'd be doing. Because after my first class in karate when I was 10 years old, I decided this is what I was going to do. I didn't know exactly what that meant, what it all entailed, but I felt like this is my path and this is what I'm going to follow. And I just, ever since then, have just every day slowly working my way towards it. And here I am, 37 years later.
Alright, so other than Shotokan Karate, what do you teach?
System-wise, well, Shotokan Karate, done Kubudo, which are weapons, which you do too, which is intricate part of Okinawan training. Most all empty hand combat came from weapons anyway, right? Krav Maga, self-defense. We do some Goshindo, sword, Chamada.
Do you have plans for the future?
Many plans for the future. You want specifics? Like exactly?
Just some examples.
Well, continue to grow the school, teach and affect as many people's lives as possible, using martial arts as a vehicle to do that. Train the next generation of instructors, because it can't stop here. It's got to move on to the next group. Maybe elevate people like yourself and Raquel and stuff like that up, so that I can move on to doing other things. Maybe it, expand the school as a whole and affect more people.
Nice.
That and live on the beach somewhere.
Totally. Beach life. What do you enjoy about teaching?
Wow. Probably the seeing a young student come in, say who's maybe 3 or 4 years old, who's hyper and rambunctious, is out of control. Not that we know anybody that was like that, do we, Bessel? And then see that person over time, grow and evolve, and then start using those aspects of martial arts in their everyday life, and that's what it should be. I often tell students that if you could jump into my time machine, which is broken right now, if we could jump into my time machine and go forward to the day of your black belt test, what would you look like that day? Right? And they'll talk about how great they kick and how fast they are and things like that. And I say, well, we went forward in time. So there was a time between when we jumped in the time machine and got out of the time machine that got you to this point. And we're going to work at that little by little each day. And you can start to see students change and evolve over time and just see them enjoying it and having fun. Something that I enjoyed as a young person and has evolved into an adult, the way I enjoyed seeing that kind of thing passed on. It's a lot of fun doing it. When you do it, when it's done correctly, it's very enjoyable, very beneficial, and I like to see that.
Alright, for those who might be starting or interested in starting a style of martial arts, what's your advice?
Don't be concerned with style. That's your cousin's uncle's next door neighbor told you should take Mu Duk Kwang, whatever that is. Don't listen to that person. It doesn't really have to do with the style so much. It has to do with the instructor. Is the instructor knowledgeable and can pass that knowledge on to you? Because you have systems that are great, but the person that you're training under barks orders and points, but doesn't show you and motivate you to do that. And that's more important. Find an instructor that you click with or enjoy, maybe a school that your friends go to, so you guys have something in common, because if your friends are doing that activity too, it's more likely that you'll stick with it and do it also. Or if there's a particular style that you're interested in, don't pick it because you saw it in a movie or on TV, because usually that's embellished and blown out of proportion of what that style really is. Do your research. Get a history book. Find out more. Ask a friend.
Yes. So when I talk about martial arts, there's a lot of things that are said to me. What is something that you want to have the viewers take away from this?
That martial arts isn't just kicks, punches, and chokeholds. That is the vehicle. That is a small part of it. Martial arts has taken a kid who didn't listen well in school and transformed him. Because I was lucky. I had an instructor that cared and made me do the right thing at the right time and motivated me in ways that I needed to be motivated in. So martial arts isn't just about kicks and punches. It's about what it can do for you as a person and help you grow. Especially in this society, there is things that are missing that we don't necessarily have, that maybe other societies grow up with, and traditions and things like that, where martial arts can really fill that hole and give you a plan, a roadmap, has a plan and how to execute that plan. And you can take that blueprint and apply it to several other parts of your life, which can, I know where I want to be, I know where I am, and I know the steps involved to get there. And I can take that and apply it to school, to life, to the next thing that I'm interested in doing.
What's your favorite weapon?
If you're talking about traditional Okinawan weapons, I'm going to have to say just the stick is my favorite, because it's the most abundant one around. I can use a rolled up newspaper or a stick off the ground, or, you know, broken table leg if the fight was that bad, an umbrella, that can be used as a weapon. It's abundant. I mean, unless you're at my house, there ain't nunchucks and swords lying around. But and nunchucks too. Nunchucks are a lot of fun.
Yeah, nunchucks are my favorite. How many styles do you know?
I studied Shotokan my entire life. I've done Taekwondo along the way, Krav, done a little bit of Jiu-Jitsu, Goshindo, which is a modern form, came out of World War II for the samurai sword, and weapons training, weapon system. Probably one too many.
How long have you been teaching?
On my own, teaching, I was about 15, 16 years old. I started teaching. I taught for my instructor first for a very long time. And then friends and family were constantly asking me to show them stuff. So in my early 20s, I was teaching out of my mom's basement, and my friends were coming over every night. I was training them, and we were bouncing around in the basement and knocking into things. And my mom complained that she couldn't get any laundry done because we were down there every night banging into the water heater. So we got kicked out, and took that small group of basically like a club kind of atmosphere, and we got. I managed to convince my friends if they paid me $25 each a month, we could afford to have our own little space to train in. And we actually had a small little room that we rented that we could train in. It was our own space. And it just kind of grew slowly from there, from a club style to trying to start to be more business oriented. When I got into doing this, I knew I wanted to teach martial arts, but I had a black belt in karate, but a white belt in business, and you kind of have to do it. And it's some people will frown upon that, and well, it's a business. And well, yeah, you have to pay rent, you have to pay utilities, you have to pay insurance, you have to pay, the city. So yeah, you can't say that you can't go to the tax man and tell them, well, it's not a business, it's karate. They're going to want their pay. And again, you have to live and feed yourself and employ other people to come up and do the same thing. So you have to learn. There's a lot to learn. I learned late in life, but you need to get a mentor. Find somebody that's done it prior to you. Listen to what they say and then do that. Right? Because so many of us, especially at an early age, we hear people that have done it before tell us what we should do, and then we do the opposite. We don't do that, and then we struggle. The person that has done it before is trying to save you from the mistakes they made. Same thing with your instructor. Like you hear me say before, like a black belt is what? The person that's made all the mistakes. Right? They've already made the mistakes. Don't worry about making the mistake. Well, like opening a school, you need to have somebody that's done it before, whether they run, a law office or, a deli. Listen to what they have to say because you can learn something from everybody. Get too far off track? Sorry.
No, you're good. This will be the last question.
Okay.
Do you have any comments or shout outs you would like?
To all my students, what's up? Sensei John.
Social media?
So check us out on Facebook at Martial Arts Hero Factory. You can see us on Instagram at Martial Arts Hero Factory. Shout out to all the people behind the scenes, Miss Johanna, Miss Daisy, Vassell, Raquel, my instructor, Sensei Thomas St. Joseph, my sword instructor, Master Dana Abbott, and then pretty much all the parents who fight traffic, who fight their other schedules with their other kids and struggle and go without because they see the benefit that their child's getting from martial arts and make sure their kid is here. And you know, I see parents drag themselves in here sometimes after working 12, 14-hour days and just to get their kid here on time because they know that this is beneficial for their child. And that is a group, I believe, that doesn't get a thank you enough. Because if it wasn't for my mom doing that, we wouldn't be sitting here right now. Even though at 11 years old, I was running a mile and a half to make it to karate on time by myself because I had to. but in the beginning, you rely on that support group. And to be successful as a successful student, you need three things. You need the parents to be on board, you need the student to be on board, and you need that instructor, right, for that kid to be successful.
All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This was really fun to do. I'll see you next time. Leave a like, comment down below. This is Daisy and Miss Johanna.
Hi. Of course, Miss Daisy's our mascot. She's the boss.
Yes.
I'm the boss, but she's second.